association with Stanbic IBTC. Stanbic IBTC. It can be.
Smooth 98.1 Love Music, Love Life. You're very welcome to today's edition of Business Express 981. I'm here with Rotus. Morning, Rotus. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, Ayo. Good morning to you. Good morning to Lagos and beyond. Great to be here again on a Thursday.
Excellent. I like your orange top. I mentioned this earlier, but just to let our
it's actually red. Know. It's actually red or burgundy.
Okay,
or I think burnt orange or burgundy or something.
Oh yes, yeah. Burnt orange is more like it. But I'm saying this so that people would be curious enough to want to go onto our YouTube channel. So youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos is our YouTube channel. And you can actually send your message real time. You know, any message or messages you have real time, you can send them through the chat box option. Good news, our live stream is now up and running. So for those who like to listen, if you're not anywhere close and you want to listen to our live stream, you can go on there as well. If you'd like to send your message through WhatsApp, here it is. Here's the number: 0809-444-0981. Today we're going to be looking at a very tragic situation as it's been described. It's the tragic, wasteful state of Ajaokuta steel mills and of Ajaokuta. Now, in a Nairametrics article titled "Ajaokuta was mainly designed to build aeroplanes, car engine parts, others." Reading this, I'm thinking, no way, because we're still struggling with trying to get the mill running and even producing at base level, and look at the potential when it was conceived. So Rotus, please take us through this story.
Oh, that's the story. That's it.
No, right? When I saw this, I was like, I cannot wait to hear your take on this, because I know how passionately you speak about, how we waste resources sometimes, or wastefulness of government. So it'll be good to hear your thoughts on this one.
The thing is, look, we've said this: Nigeria at optimum level capacity, Nigeria with 24/7 power, Nigeria at Ajaokuta still working at optimum capacity, Nigeria with a deregulated petroleum, Nigeria top 10. I want to say top 5, but let me not get to the exact top 10 economy. Look, you need to. Reading this Nairametrics article and listening to the comment, the Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Olamileko Adebite, talking about the potential of what Ajaokuta could be. It was meant to be the greatest, right? As far as liquid steel. Look at this. He's talking about liquid steel that can be used for building planes, aeroplanes. I was going through the financials of what's this American company? United Airlines, right?
Okay.
United Airlines just took a large order of about 200 and something planes because they feel that with summer season here, travel is going to be. They still recorded a loss of like $400 million. Aviation companies are still suffering, but they placed a large order of planes. You think about Boeing and Airbus, the two largest companies when it comes to aerospace and manufacturing and so on, and how Nigeria and Ajaokuta can plug in. So you're plugging into demand. This is how Nigeria fits into global economics. Think about any industry that is rising, right? Think about any industry that requires countries around the world ordering stuff. I need this, and I need this, and I need that. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm picking anything on my desk here. And Nigeria being able to supply what it is that the world needs. That's all. This is not a complicated matter at all. Can you supply what the world needs? Look at Singapore. Again, remember I mentioned that website, right? The Alt Economics website.
Yeah.
No natural resources. Nothing. Singapore has no natural resources. All they've done is just to create semiconductors, chips that are needed. There's a semiconductor shortage right now, Ayo, because of what happened in Wuhan with the COVID pandemic. And semiconductor chips are now being used in cars because cars are now becoming computers. And you think about semiconductor chips in actual computers, laptops. in aeroplanes. So there's demand, Ayo. The world needs semiconductor chips. They need it. They need it in Asia. They need it in Europe. They need it in, well, South Africa is the most advanced in Africa. They need it. So countries like Singapore, Korea, that are advanced enough to produce what the world needs, they supply it. So if Ajaokuta still was running at optimum capacity, Nigeria would be producing cars. They'd be producing planes. They'd be producing high-level manufacturing plants. Nigeria's textile industry would be top 5 in Africa. But they think, you know what he also said? What else did he say? He said that, oh, we're hoping that Ajaokuta still can come on stream before the Buhari administration leaves office. You know when this thing was built? Listen,
he's optimistic that Ajaokuta Steel Company will function to capacity, to full capacity.
It's just tragic.
So Rotus, let's even be optimistic with him, right? For a few minutes. And
that's all you do best, Ayo. You're always optimistic. I love it.
No, because I want to even paint the scenario. So he's saying that before the Buhari administration comes to an end, of course it comes to an end in 2023, so that's in 2 years' time, or in fact less, in about a year and a half actually, because in May, don't forget it's in May, he's not even going to be there till the end of 2023. So 2022 next year, and then about 2 years. So we have 2 years with President Buhari. What can be achieved that hasn't been done in the how many years of the steel mill's existence that this administration can achieve? Because one thing is important. He is the Minister of State for Steel, right? He's the Minister of Mines and Steel Development. And this is his purview. So you're not there to be one of the people talking about the challenges or the problems we have with this facility. You're there to propose a solution and to work out. So he shouldn't be here telling us what me and you should be saying, you understand, talking about the potentials. It's unfortunate that this article doesn't detail whether he said or what he said as to how they would achieve this under the President Buhari administration. But Rotus, let's assume that you were invited to advise the minister. What would you think has to be in place for us to have Ajaokuta Steel Mill as one of the biggest wins of this administration, fully functioning at capacity by 2023 May?
In 2019, Russia, because they wanted to flex their geopolitical muscle, hosted about how many African leaders in 2019? President Buhari went for that forum. He met with Vladimir Putin, according to what we're told. And 2019 forum, where Russia hosted African leadership, it was agreed, since it was the Russians that built Ajaokuta Steel, and apparently they have the technical know-how. It was that a delegation, a 60-man delegation, would come to Nigeria and get that sorted out. Now, the Minister of Mines and Steel didn't go for that. It was Buhari. Apparently, they weren't able to visit us in 2020 because of the pandemic. We're now halfway to 2021. No news. Actually, the big news for Russia today, coming on the news wires, that the United States and Germany have reached an agreement on the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. The Nord Stream 2 pipeline is a gas pipeline that goes from Russia to mixed land Germany. I think it passes through Ukraine, and it's supposed to supply gas to much of continental Europe. Again, this is the point I'm making about when the world needs something and you plug yourself in and supply and make money. Russia has huge gas reserves. And Russia has been pushing this Nord Stream 2 pipeline for years. Obama administration opposed it. I think Trump supported it. Biden has now reached a deal. But this is my point. Nigeria also has gas. What are we doing to reach our gas potential? But not to get away from the question. What he should have done was to ensure that the delegation of Russian experts would get here and fix the steel plants. That's all we have to do. And since this administration has been in office since 2015, we're now in 2021, 6 years, they have not been able to sort it out. Amazing. Amazing.
It's amazing. I mean, Michael Adesosu says, Nigeria, my country. Do you know that despite the fact that Ajaokuta still is not at minimum capacity, the amount of staff they have and the salary paid to that sector is absurd. Same thing goes to iron ore, and these MDAs are not being utilized. Shall we talk about the monies that go to moribund ministries, departments, agencies at the end of the year, financial year, nothing to show for it? We just talked about the $1.5 billion that's meant to go to the Port Harcourt refinery, and you pointed out, Rotus, that money has been allocated time and time again to these refineries, and they are not making a single kobo. Father Elsie from Best No Green says, good morning. And they keep paying salaries. Japan is the greatest country in the world as far as automobile technology is concerned, yet they import iron and steel. Ghana has already told Switzerland that no more exportation of raw cocoa, but only finished chocolate products, all going to boost their industrial economy by forcing domestic investment and getting indigenous people employed in labor. Imo from Ikeja says the Ajaokuta plan will not be functional by 2023, and this is by no means a display of pessimism. Let's be realistic. Do we have the resources? Do we even have enough time? Let's not forget the Nigerian government procurement factor. If it took nearly 10 years to fix Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, which has not been fixed, by the way, completely, how in Zeus's name are they going to make a whole steel plant work in 2 years?
Excellent question.
Yeah,
and
very good question.
The sentiments of that message.
Yeah.
They're just, they're not,
All right. So away from Ajaokuta, there's another, there's news around analysts backing Emefiele on growth potential in agriculture sector. So talking about, let's talk about the sectors that have potential and haven't maxed their potential. The agriculture sector, of course, is another one. And the CBN governor is, as with many people in this many officials in this administration, is very optimistic that there's growth. It's going to happen. Well, what do you make of this, Rotus?
Well, look, he's optimistic, and the CBN has done what they can. All they can do is finance it. Anchor borrowers program, provide financing to small-scale farmers, but there's still so much that needs to be done on the other side, right?
Yeah.
The infrastructure issue. There's still the roots of getting the food, the harvests over to markets.
Yeah.
Security with farmers being attacked and driven away from their farms. There is the weather issues. Look at the rain we had on Lagos on Friday. States suffered a massive flood that affected output for rice. Storage for things like tomatoes that are easily perishable. There are some. I love strawberries. I eat them with my oatmeal every morning. And they produce strawberries in Jos.
You're eating
which money is that? We produce strawberries in Jos. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nigeria produces strawberries.
Yeah.
Why am I paying for 2,000 naira imported strawberries from Europe or wherever at the store when Plateau State is producing strawberries? I mean, these infrastructure issues that will get these products from the farms to you and I, our table, so we can. That's all. And power.
So even beyond the infrastructure, because infrastructure issues are there, but one thing I must praise Nigerians for is their resilience and finding a way around the big barriers to running businesses or trying to scale up. Since we're talking about the CBN, I know we have just 30 seconds, but you mentioned the Anchor Borrowers scheme. And in recent times, it's come up with a number. It hasn't quite worked out as they thought it would. So they're even saying they might discontinue it because people they've given a loan to are not paying back, and they need to pay back to be able to extend the same goodwill to others. What lessons do you think, if you have a few seconds, do you think the CBN can pick from this and to enhance the program or further or future programs for the agricultural sector?
Yeah, it's taken around. It's the number of people who haven't paid back are not enough to where they're going to discontinue it. Anchor Borrowers program has actually been a success. And so it's a matter of data. It's just data on the farmers, making sure they know who is who and pushing for. So it's going to continue.
Okay. All right. Because we spoke about this a few weeks back as to them saying, there are challenges around people not paying back. COVID has hit and it hit more than they thought. So if they don't get enough money back, then they would not continue.
They'll keep it going.
They'll keep it going. It's good to hear that we'll keep it going, and let's hope that would, as he has mentioned, enhance growth potential in agriculture sector in Nigeria. Thank you so very much, Rotus. As always, a great conversation with you. Food for thought. Let's think for the Ajaokuta steel project as we look at agriculture.
Food for thoughts on agriculture.
Yes, exactly. All right, we'll take a break now. Good music break before we come back at 7:30 to discuss details of the national news headline stories for this morning during Freshly Pressed 981. Do stay tuned here on Smooth 98.1.
Headlines.
Thank you everyone for being a part of the show.